Okay, everyone. How are you all doing? How are you all doing? I'm just going to wait till I see that this is live. Everyone who's in the chat, just let me know this is coming through to YouTube. I've just been receiving some big messages, important messages that I've been asked to relay at this time because we're going into the crux, the climax, the time we've all been prepping for. That's kind of coming up. And so I've been receiving a lot of messages from the Pleiadians this morning, and I've just decided, let me just go do a live right now and get this on there. Dark Knight River Blue, hi. Vaporama, Michael Torres. Oh, you made it. Yay, good. Okay, guys, happy Sunday to all of you. This is wild. So really quickly, if you guys, I just finally changed over my website back to my original name, NicoleFrolick.com. So you'll still be able to type in inflexibleme.com and still get to my website. But just so you know, I've kind of changed it over. Hello, Spawn from the Stars. All right, let's get into it. Starseeds. The overall message that I've received is it's time to snap out of it. And they say this with love, okay? It's all coming with 5D love, this message. But what I really need to convey here is that when you awaken and you start to realize that you're here for a bigger purpose than to just make some cash, live the dream, all that great 3D stuff. When you start to realize that there's a bigger plan and a bigger mission to your existence on this planet, you start to really awaken to how difficult the energies are to interact with here. You start to remember the energies of your home, which can often be, it could be the star of Sirius, it could be the Pleiades, it could be Arcturus, it could be from a lot of different places. And what happens is a lot of you, and me included at times, okay, this is not like me sitting on my soapbox pretending like I've never been here, because I have. But we want to kind of get out of here. We want to leave this place. And that is not the answer. And that is not why you came here. And it's not about having judgment for going through low times, rough times, but that is not what you want to be working with, that energy. In fact, it's that very energy from the more dark agendas, that kind of blanketed energy field infiltrating into your energy field to bring you down, to make you think that you just got to get out of here. Like this is your last lifetime on Earth. And the reality is that Earth is one of the top dog planets for spiritual awakening, awareness, development for all beings, okay? All beings, not just humans. And if you made it here at this time, if you are incarnated here on this planet at this time, okay, it doesn't matter if you're 1 year old or you're 97 or beyond, okay? If you are here at this time, you made the cut. I don't know how else to say it. You made the cut. You didn't just make the cut to like the first round, you made like the top dog cut, okay? You have the skills needed to be here at this time. You have some gifts and awareness of how to work with certain starseed skills that are necessary at this time for defeating the dark agenda, okay? I'm just, for lack of better words, I'm just going to be using that. And so the Pleiadians really want you to be aware of where your mental space is, like where your frame of mind is right now. Are you ready to just get through this and then be done? Are you kind of in a place where you just want to give up? That is not where we're needing you right now. Okay, we need you to step up. We need you to come in and bring your A game. And also needing you to start using your skill sets. There is so much energy coming in right now. There is so much awakening, DNA being activated, remembrance of old lives, past lives, things that you may have also repressed in this lifetime that are needing to be healed to activate certain gifts right now. all of that's coming online right now. So yes, it is completely normal if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling like it's too much, like maybe you're feeling underwater at times, and that's okay. But remember the gift of being here. This is literally a gift to be here on earth at this time. There are beings that have lined up to get here at this time and haven't yet come in. And so really keep that in mind, that you are a warrior. You are so needed at this time. In fact, one of the analogies they wanted me to use was, as a kid, I've always been athletic. Like sports just came super easy to me. It was easy to me to get to be the captain on all of my teams, and I was athlete of the year at the end of like my school. That was super easy for me. However, in order to like get really good at something, I had to train hard. I had to put in the work. I had to put in the hours. I had to take those natural gifts and hone in on them and make them stronger. And that's what they want to remind you with your starseed gifts, your intuitive gifts, your ability to change shit down here, okay? It's like you got to start really using those gifts and start working with the energies, even if you don't know what you're doing. Just start working with them. So here are some of the skill sets that they wanted me to bring to your awareness that is very important for you to start using right now. And the first one is imagination. Please, when you're in meditation or even just reflection, using your imagination visually, when you're in a high frequency state, you can absolutely start to change the timelines. And that's what they want you to do with imagination. They want you to start manipulating the timelines, guys. Start manipulating the timelines, because you can manipulate the timeline into the one that you wish to see, the one that you came in here to achieve. And how you do that is start visualizing what that looks like. What does that timeline look like? What does winning look like? What does the end result look like? And then tap into those feelings. What do you feel when you look around and you see all of the children freed and healed? What do you feel when you look around and you see everyone awakened and no longer being brainwashed and manipulated by the media and politicians who have corrupt agendas? What does that feel like to you? What does it feel like for people to finally raise out of this kind of 3D idea of what love is and really tuning into the 5D heart structure? Tune into all those feelings. What does that feel like for you? And stay there. Just stay there and allow those feelings to permeate in through the imagination. It'll be really super strong for you. Telepathy is another one that is important for you guys to start utilizing more. It's basically upgrading your communication system. And what I'm being, they're showing me, I keep seeing like this, almost like this, how do I say it? Like void space with electrical, but they're straight currents with dots on the end, like connecting, like the lines of communication go into the void. They can't be traced. At least not with the technology that is available on like the current technology that they have. And so, being able to communicate and bypass all of the censorship through that is one of the ways that you start beating the system. Start utilizing that telepathic communication with other people. Start communicating with others telepathically, even if you're not sure they're getting it. I promise you that if you start communicating at the very least with their higher self, okay, that you're opening a portal, and that's the next one I want to get into. You're opening a portal to allow for communication lines that now you're speaking to the higher self, and you can download information into the operating system of the being, okay? Opening portals to bring future energies in now is really also something that you can work with. Always please set your intention for the highest good of all of humanity so that you're working with positive energies and frequencies. But you can open portals simply by really tuning into what those future energies are. Are they communicating with you? Right now, I'm getting tons of future communication. And I don't know about you guys, but on the dreamscape, it's like a whole nother level. I don't know what happened to my dreams since the eclipse started, but it's like I'm getting messages from varying different people. They sometimes come through text messages in my dreams. They come through phone calls. It's really interesting. But you can get future communications, okay? If you really set your intention out there. The other one is, okay, also remember that bringing the future energies into this, opening the portal for future energies to kind of filter in now is going to help collapse the timelines faster. And also to that point, I also want to make a note here, a downloaded information that I received about the collapsing timelines and the chaos that we're seeing right now. Part of the reason why there's so much chaos happening is because we are bringing in future energies of those timelines, and it is collapsing. It is helping to collapse the timeline, but because of it, you've got like future timeline energy and current timeline energy all like chaotically working with one another, and it's people don't know what's going on. And part of the reason why everyone's freaking out is because there's so much energy coming in. Like it's almost like I don't want to say that the energies are fighting with one another, but they kind of are, but not in a way that we think. It's almost yeah, it's basically, though, that's what's creating a lot of the chaos. Okay, the next thing, starseeds. Move out of fear porn. Okay, really pay attention to how you're delivering your messages, whether it's just to like a stranger, maybe it's a family member, a friend, if you have a platform that you're using where you're more on social media. Please be aware of how you deliver your message. The frequency always has more power than the actual words themselves. The frequency is so important to not get pulled into the fear of what's happening. The reason being is because you are playing into the timeline that they want you to engage with. When you start getting pulled into the fear, when you start getting pulled into like, oh my God, we're heading for civil war. Oh my God, you know, like everything's collapsing. Like, oh my God, like everything's just going down the shitter, basically. You are helping to create that timeline. Remember, these people, the Illuminati, the one percenters, the cabal, whatever you want to call them, they know this shit. They know that, and that's why they bombard you with all these media stuff, and like they know that if they can manipulate your emotions or get you heated enough to have to like deliver your information with a frequency that's really low in consciousness. Remember, fear sits at the level 100. 200 is the level where you start moving into constructive consciousness levels. 100 means you're in the destructive consciousness level. Fear is going to do none of us any good. It doesn't mean that you put your head in the sand. It doesn't mean that you pretend that we're all rainbows and roses out there. But pay attention to how you're receiving your information. Pay attention to how you're delivering your information to others and what frequency you're creating, because your energy always shows up before you and your words do, okay? So stop doing that. They said stop playing into the fear. I've got notes here. Stop playing into the fear. You're engaging in their timeline and you're making it stronger. Start manipulating the timeline by disengaging with that and start talking about all of the good. There is a lot of good happening. And if you're going to talk about some of the things that are destructive or that you see, find a way to deliver the message in a way where there's hope or where there's some sort of not an emotional engine behind it that drives fear, despair, apathy, shame, anything like of those destructive consciousness levels. Okay. So, anything else here that they told me to get out of? Basically, like snap out of the fear. This is not what you came for. Remember that you guys have had multiple lifetimes, not just on this planet, but you know, across the cosmos, multiple, like I'm talking like tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, if not millions, okay, of lifetimes. You know exactly what you're needed to do here. All you need to do is start remembering and tapping into that information. Okay, that is available to you. Remember, your cells hold all of your consciousness. Tune into your body. Start cleaning up your body. Get out in nature, okay? Get out in nature and disconnect. It's really important. You know, I talked about my 2 days of darkness back in April. I'm really feeling pulled. I feel like I really got to do that again. Just disconnect. And even if you disconnect for a day, you know, like really disconnect from wireless devices, internet connection, anything that's going to, you know, interfere with your own frequency, and give yourself a chance to upgrade. Take care of yourself. If you're feeling overwhelmed, if you feel like you've been in this fight a little too long, or like you've been pushing yourself too much, take a break. You know, it's like, get a cosmic massage, okay? Do something. Like, just allow yourself the opportunity to rejuvenate, rest, recharge, revitalize, whatever you need to do, because we're coming up to the times now. We're already there. We're already in it, where you need to show up. You need to bring your A game. You need to bring everything that's available to you to the plate and hit, like, not just a home run. We're hitting grand slams here. Okay, that's our goal. That's our goal, is to just like keep knocking it out of the park, knock it out of the park. You know, take this system down, implode it from the inside out. That's why we're here. We're here to implode the matrix from the inside out. So start taking down those support systems that hold the matrix up, and do it in whatever capacity that you can at this time. And believe me, there is a lot that you can do through your imagination and your connection to these higher realms, okay? Just to kind of give you guys some insight, it's like, for me, I've, you know, been working with different situations that are opening up A, portals, B, communication lines, and also I'm getting more messages from other beings coming in that, as I'm like scratching my third eye, it got really itchy there for a second. Just, guys, you've got it. You've got what you need. It's all available to you right now. Just start opening up. Allow yourself to start feeling it. Listen, Mercury is coming out of retrograde this week, which is great. There's been a lot that's coming out. There may have been some miscommunication, but capitalize on the fact that Mercury's coming out of retrograde. Now is the time to really send out those communication signals. Get really clear about your message. Get really clear about what your desires are. Get clear about how you want to interact with the future energies, how you want to interact with the timeline that you're not experiencing yet. You know, start engaging with it. You can do that. That's available to all of us. The things that are available to us are so abundant and so incredibly powerful. We just really need to start working the system, and not just the system that, you know, we're playing in right now, this matrix, whatever. Work the system of your whole conscious cellular knowing through all of your Akash, okay, through all of your lifetimes. Start pulling in all that wisdom, all of the skill sets that you've gained that are available to you in this body at this current time. You know, just write your dreams down. Dreamscape is so fertile right now for you guys. It's so fertile. You're getting messages, you're getting information. Like, write it down so you understand like what's coming up for you. And just really just, guys, let your freak flag fly, okay? Let that starseed freak flag fly with all its glory, and start getting into it, okay? Like, start getting dirty with your light skills. Like, really start working with them. All right, so that's kind of my message. I don't want to keep harping on it. Let me just see here if there's any messages, or if you guys have any questions you want to ask me, like, go ahead. Let me just see here. Melanie channel on YouTube, The Positivity Side of 2012. Oh, awesome. Okay, we'll check it out. Thank you. Alchemy 222, your dreams have been crazy and almost like you're living a double life now, right now. Yeah, and that's the whole thing, you know, like, Guys, you're literally living like a double agent on this planet, okay? Like this meat suit is literally like you're kind of like a starseed spy in a way, but also like not just gathering information, you're doing the work as well. So just remember that you are literally living, well, you're not just living a double life. Like I believe we're living like multiple lives at the same time. But just for the sake of keeping it pretty simple here, that's definitely happening. Yeah, they are working hard on instigating all the races against each other. Just stay in unity. Disengage with that. Really focus on where you're connected with everyone right now of all races, including the ones that don't always make themselves available to us right now, or at least that's what we kind of believe or we perceive. New Earth is fully ready. You can jump now. Yes, free press. See here. Yeah. Okay. So, Spawn from there says, thank you so much. This is exactly what we were here for, and it's such a wonderful responsibility. Yeah. You know what I'd love, guys, in the comments below, if you could just tell me like what intuitive gifts are activating for you. Let others see what intuitive gifts are activating like for you. You know, like in my alchemy group, I'm going to be with you guys live tonight on the live call. And I'm going to be sharing one of you in my alchemy. And actually there's a few of you, but one of you in particular who's been writing me has had some incredible like openings, like downloads are coming in, dreamscape, you're getting information about like some corrupt stuff and like getting like the insight into it. It's all happening right now. Okay. It's available to all of us. Just because you see someone with a YouTube channel or an Instagram account or whatever that is, you know, putting out their stuff doesn't mean they're any more advanced than you. Okay. It doesn't mean they're any more gifted than you. It's just that that's a platform that they're using, and you have everything that you need to do all of this. So please, like in the comments below, let me know what intuitive gifts are starting to activate for you now, especially with this last eclipse season. Things are closing out. There was a huge closing out, and guys in my alchemy program, I'm going into this with you tonight. Oh my gosh, it's 222 here for me right now. Because of the Saturn-Pluto conjunction back in January, massive conjunction transit, only happens about every 35 years, okay? Happened in Capricorn. Saturn is back in Capricorn right now. We just had the eclipse in Capricorn, this last eclipse, which is the final, you know, eclipse of the Cancer Capricorn eclipses. And there is... Capricorn represents the authority of the zodiac, okay? It represents the parent authority. It represents the government. It represents, like, you know, things, systems that try to keep things in order, but on the bad side, it's all about the systems that are like you need to break down because they're corrupt. And you know, with this last eclipse, I feel like it's almost like it's helping to close out that Saturn-Pluto conjunction. There's some sort of like definite kind of like closing out here that's allowing us to birth a whole new version of ourselves. And when I say that, I mean like you're getting an opportunity to start showing up differently. It's almost like you're dropping okay, it's almost like you're dropping the meat suit in a way and letting like your star seed self really emerge in different ways, not just in how you speak, but how you interact with this planet, how you interact with other people. There's something really big that just happened with this last eclipse that I'm picking up on, that I feel like it's almost like a no going, you can't go back now. Like it's, I don't know how else to explain it. I'm sorry, I'm being a little bit cryptic and not completely coherent, I think, in my speaking right now. But it's almost like the line's been drawn in the sand. You've crossed it. There's no going back. But it's in a really good, positive way for you, in a sense that you're like, I'm done. I'm done with not being myself. I'm done with pretending to live in a box that society wants me to live in. I'm done trying to make other people comfortable and then live in my own discomfort because they don't want to hear the truths I want to speak, which, by the way, that's a video I'm going to be putting out this week because a lot of you are going through it with your tarot readings and your coaching calls that you've booked with me, you guys in my alchemy program, me, myself. It's time to stop worrying about making other people comfortable while you're uncomfortable not being able to speak your truth. Okay, so I'm going to be going into that video. Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing live all signs. I'm also being called to do a Starseed all signs reading sometime soon, where I'll be doing readings for the Pleiadian Starseeds, the Arcturians, Assyrians, that kind of thing. And I'll do a live all signs for you guys in there. And yeah, also coming out this week on Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, Kaylin McDonald is joining me again for part 2 of her series with me on the Enlighten Up podcast, and we're going to be going into the psyop of the twin flame story. It's really interesting what happened in there. We had a great conversation, probably one of my more favorite conversations I've had on the podcast. Kaylin's great, and we're going to go into some of the psyop around the twin flame, and it doesn't mean twin flames don't exist. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there's a little bit of a psyop going on around there. So we're going to talk about it because no one's really talking about it, and I think we should. And for you guys, if you want to join my alchemy program, all that information in the description below. If you need to email me, send me an email. Guys, I love you so much. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you guys tomorrow for All Signs. I'll probably go live probably around 6 p.m. Eastern. I'll put it out ahead of time so you guys know and you can join in. I love you guys so much. Hold on one second. Let me just see here. Yeah, guys, I love you so much. I'll be back with you all soon. Take care of yourself. Light this world up. Light your shit up and start getting real and hungry for that 5D love. Drop out of that fear frequency.